Hello, my loves. How are you? 12 o'clock. I'm on time. Hopefully everybody who wants to participate will get here shortly. Good morning, Nadia. Good afternoon. It's 12 o'clock. I don't know. What time is it where you're at? Hi. I see all my queens here who are doing the work, who I hear from my email. Let me just put this a little bit, adjust it. I'm manifesting money since I've joined your 60-day challenge. I'm so happy to hear that. Money is, it's very important, guys, when you manifest money, when you're intending to manifest money, to understand where your supply is coming from, right? Because we're thinking we're getting money from our job, we're getting money from our spouse, or getting money from our parents, or what. Those are just the vehicles via which you get money. That's not the source of your money. The source of your money is the infinite formless substance, infinite supply, and it's also ever present. If you want more, you either increase the number of vehicles through which you get money, or simply you just open up the channel that you currently have and allow for more money to play in. Thank you. I just want to make sure you guys understand the source of money is never your job, is never your current source. Ask for unexpected money. Dare to know you are worthy, and dare to ask. Ask because it's yours, because the infinite supply does not care how much it makes for you. It doesn't care if you're asking for 40 grand a year, 60 grand a year, or 400 grand a year, or 400 grand in one shot. Okay, I have a video on dropping the dinosaur mindset. If you're really able to drop this dinosaur mindset that you have to earn this amount over this year, and then next year you get a 10% raise, and whatever else they taught you in school and in life, you got to unlearn that. It doesn't work that way. This is why a lot of the richest people in the world, they don't actually even work. Hey, what do you do when you don't know what you want to manifest? Oh, this is an interesting thing, right? So you need to have goals in your life. General goals as what you're trying to achieve, right? So look at your life now, and if it's perfect, your manifestation would be like, just stay in gratitude. I'm grateful for everything I have. Gratefulness is just an instruction in the universe to just give you more of that. So you're working on sustaining your existing life with gratitude. Okay, never take anything for granted. This is why they say that, right? But very few people's lives are perfect the way it is, and those people always have a goal, right? So it's very unlikely nobody would have a goal of, a better body, an ideal partner, changing their relationship with their mother, with their children, changing their job opportunities. So that's very, very unlikely that people would not have those goals. But if you do have a perfect life, Queen, I'm so happy for you. Just stay in gratitude to sustain this life. I don't know if you guys saw my video on gratitude, but basically I was saying, because I really believe if you understand how this game of life is played and how the reality is structured, this is why I talk in my live many times, okay? The creator, us, we have the same power to different degrees, and the formless substance in between that we can mold and make to our own instructions, okay? All you require for this is focus and clarity and faith that this is the structure of the world. This is why I created the meditation that's on my YouTube. If you're not part of the 60-day challenge, no problem. You can still listen to it. Go on YouTube. It's free. It's under the same hashtag or the same at Finder Manifestation, and it's called Meditation on How Life Works. It's very, very important you have a clear understanding of how the universe works, how the game works, in order to learn the steps and the rules and what you need to know. Again, this is first the process of unlearning, because 3D and the world has taught you the opposite of what you need to know, or useless information about trigonometry. Let's see. So I've been watching your videos. I'm doing the work. I manifest wealth and lots of money. I love hearing that. I don't receive the big amounts or a very little sum from unexpected sources. That's because you think the big amounts are big amounts. Okay? That's the only reason. You think big amounts are big amounts. Why are they big amounts? Why is $10 different than $100, than $1,000? The universe actually doesn't understand numbers. It understands your feeling around having a certain sum of money. This is why it's difficult for people to manifest big amounts like the lottery win, because you don't actually know the feeling of having that. So you got to work your way up to that. I'm not a proponent of overnight dramatic shifts, because those are usually not sustainable. This is why a lot of lottery winners, they actually lose their money. The truth must be revealed in small doses. You have to, the same way you learn how to live now, you didn't come out of your mother's womb and somebody told you these are the rules and this is how it sort of, it needs to sediment in your mind. You need to understand, you need to repeat. You need repeat results. This week's manifestation was horses. I feel like I'm the only one who hasn't gotten it, but I have had a delay of a week or two in the latest, maybe last 3 or 4 manifestation. I got them all, but I had a delay. So I didn't see the horse, but I feel like everybody else saw. Somebody wrote me today, she saw 15 horses. She counted them, it was like 15 horses. And I was like, oh my God, that means, you know, you're so in tune, you know what I mean? Whatever, associate immediately your manifestation to everything else that you're trying to manifest. If I asked for a horse, you saw 15 brown horses, well, guess what? You know, your whatever you're manifesting in your life is 15 times more likely to come to pass, or you can get it in an increment of 15 times. The universe is trying to communicate with you that you have this increased power. Get it? She saw for all of us. No, a lot of people saw it. A lot of people posted in my Facebook group. I got 3 or 4 other emails from people that are not part of the Facebook group saying they saw the horse. That was unlikely. You know, if somebody takes the time to write an email, it means like, you know, it's not like they had a horse in their backyard. That means it was highly unlikely for them to see a horse and they saw the horse. I'll update you guys because I'm now obsessed with this horse and I'm trying to forget about the horse. So I think like I just became obsessed with it, and that's why I haven't manifested it. But you know, when it comes to pass, I'll let you know. We can do like a time count as to when, you know, we'll do it. This week's manifestation, I meditated on it, and it's a green stone. Now pay attention to this. It can't be a green stone from your charm bracelet or for something you have in your house. It has to be a new green stone. Ideally, it's small enough for you to pick up. That's your money stone also. So if you see a huge major green stone, we have to think about what that represents. Maybe it represents a blockage, but I've associated this small green stone with financial success. It's important when you see your green stone this week to pick it up and put it somewhere in your house. If it's small enough, in your pocket, in your wallet, in your car. I'm very excited about green stone because unlike horses or turtles, which come in one shape, this stone, the shape of the stone, the size of the stone will tell you a lot about where you're at and your manifestation style, okay? It can't be in an image. It can't be in an image. Okay. Let's see what we got here. I'm great at manifesting little things, but no great changes at normal, just time. Yeah. You got to normalize and internalize the small things. And like I said, you got to convince yourself that the big things are only big because you put them on a pedestal. That's why they're big. They're not actually big, right? If you think about it, what makes them big? So unless it's money, it's an amount of money that we're taught to think 1 million is different than 10. What else is big? Right? Getting a job is not a big manifestation. My manifestations are coming, but not the horse nor my number. Okay, the horse, you need to forget about it. The number, you're talking about your 3-digit number, yeah? The 3-digit number, I don't know if I was talking to you or somebody else on email because you guys have different usernames than the names you use on the email. So I never know who I'm talking to when I'm doing this live. So, your 3-digit number, you must insist to the universe. Set it, don't change it. Don't make it 111, 222 or anything like that. Don't make it your birthday. Make it something completely random. And tell the universe, okay? Listen, you must acknowledge me. You must. Don't ask a yes or no question for now. Just say, you must acknowledge me. I exist. I'm awake. I'm aware. I'm aware of you. I know you're aware of me. This is my number. You must acknowledge me today. Okay? And then your first seeing of this 3-digit code, is actually the universe acknowledging you. Do not put anything else out there while you're doing this. You must see your number. You must insist. I saw 6 brown horses on a farm last week. I love it. 4 in my life, a lot on videos. Oh, 4 horses in your life and a lot on videos. You know what? I have so many horses because I have and I just want to show you, but I just said I don't accept, right? So I don't accept because they're all images, right? So when I get these images, they're all like images of horses. That's people sending me. And hold on a second. No, I'm in the wrong thing. Anyways, the point is, it's like images of horses every single day. I get an image of a horse every single day, but I said, no, I want a live one, a live horse. Where's all my images of horses? I don't know what's going on here now. It's obsessing me. Okay. Yeah, look. Horse. Sorry. Horse. Horse. I'm not accepting. Okay, I'm not accepting these horses. I want my real horse. A greenstone. Yes, a greenstone. Hello, hello. I said I don't accept. I saw 2 videos on horses. Yeah, I'm not accepting these photos, man. I'm not accepting, but like, what are the odds also that, you know, I would get all these photos and of horses. Let's move on and talk about the SP. I'm going to repeat at the end sort of more admin things because I feel like when people get on the live, they want to talk about the work. Number 1. So we've done a lot of SP work last week, and I said in the video, actually, there's no SP work. We just call it that. But you're not actually working on your SP. You're only working on yourself. And there are like 3 things I want to mention, okay? So I had a one-on-one call with somebody. I don't know if she's on this live. You don't have to identify yourself, right? Because I don't do stories with identity. And we are talking about her SP who hasn't contacted her since March. And we sort of like talked about what the strategy is energetically and what have you. This was like a week and a half ago. And of course, sure enough, he contacts her yesterday. Now, based on the specific story, this won't apply as advice to everyone, okay? It's just based on her specific story. When we are having a call, I told her his first message, you're going to ignore. You're going to ignore just because of the way things unfolded. It wouldn't apply for everybody who's manifesting the SP again, okay? So last night she sends me the screenshots and, you know, he didn't, it was just a telephone number, right? So I know she deleted his contact, which she was supposed to do. So it was a telephone number and the message was like, hey, how you been? And the you was a you, right? So I'm like, definitely delete. Why are you asking me what to do with this? Just delete it, right? And she's like, I said, this is a joke, right? You haven't heard from him in March. You're doing this work on yourself, the 60-day challenge for like 14 days or whatever you're at. Okay, you're improving yourself. Hey, how you doing? Where is your value? And through his message, what value is he ascribing to you? Is it matching? The value you place on yourself now doing this work, is it matching with what he's saying? She says, no. I said, have you deleted it? And she said, yeah, I've deleted it. What a joke. I can't believe he even like, I felt like saying, she said, I felt like saying, get off my phone. I said, no, don't say get off my phone. Get off my phone means you're giving him attention. You're acknowledging him. Do not acknowledge what you don't want. Hey, how you been is not a message for a valuable woman after you haven't messaged her since March. Now again, this wouldn't be the case for all the SPs, but in this case, I guarantee you, this man is going to come crawling back. We just got to take it step by step. All right, second story. Someone actually put in the comments. I take screenshots. I send it to my other phone. Let me just get in here. And so somebody said in my video, the SP, I started my journey to manifest him back, but instead I manifested a new version of me. He came back, but I had lost interest. At first I was doing the work to get him back, but day by day of doing the work, I found myself deeper, that I like myself more. And somebody else asks her, how long did it take for him to come back? And she's saying it took 6 months, but when he came back, he told me he was thinking of doing it like 3 months prior, but he just couldn't muster up the courage. So guys, when you have this SP, this is why I say the work is only about you. It's very often that this happens, that your SP comes back and you no longer want them. So the idea is the version of him that comes back, and this is why I told the queen in the previous story, delete his message. The version of him that says, hey, how you doing after 3 months of no contact is unacceptable. You're giving back to the universe anything that's unacceptable. Get it? It's unacceptable. It's not what I asked for. It's not, I said I'm wanted and loved and adored and a priority. So how's somebody gonna say, hey, how you doing? How you been? Not acceptable, okay? So do not be surprised if you no longer want your SP as a result of this work, but you'll deal with that at the time, right? Because it will all be up to you what you do when he comes back, which he invariably will. Then I have a story of, let's see, can you do, okay, somebody asked me, I didn't take a screenshot, but she asked me, can you, this is very hard to do from inside a relationship. I'm getting the sense that this is much easier to do from when you're not with him. And I said, yes, of course, absolutely. Sorry guys, don't call me. I don't take calls during my lives. It's not impossible. I don't want to say impossible, but it's very hard to do from inside the relationship, right? Because you're triggered every day by their behavior, instead of focusing on you and having that time to sort of build yourself up to the version of you inside of you that you loved and wanted, and seeing this results of those affirmations first in people that you don't care about, right? This is what happens. Now the queen wrote to me, she said, my God, I walk on the street, people stop me and tell me I'm beautiful. What's going on? And then she said, two of the guys that I've gone out with in the past, but they never, followed up. They both came back to me in the same week. Yeah. So you need to see those small results from the people you don't really care about in order for it to sedimentize in your mind that this is the version of me that I am, right? Like you need your time to fix your identity without him, without being triggered by his negative behavior. When he has negative behavior, what we tend to do is think about fixing them. You cannot fix anybody. You understand this? You can't fix anybody. You just decide what you want, what your worth is. Okay, this is also socially, but we're just doing the energetic work here. But you decide inside yourself what you want, what you're going to accept, give back everything without fear. Without fear. Right? If I say I'm manifesting $1 million and I find $5 in the street, I take that $5 and I give it to a beggar because it's not the amount I requested. Okay. So I'm keeping it circulating without fear because I know the amount I'm asked for is coming to me. It's the same with the SP. Hey, how you doing? Gets sent back, tossed back in the universe. It's not what I asked for. It's not what I want. It's not what matches me. You understand? Who's calling me? My God. Message. My phone is on silent. Technology. Let's see what I missed here. Wow, I missed a lot. Okay. Hi, he's unbothered. She has to move on. Sends him selfies. Complains about her boyfriend to my husband. What? What's going on? Text him at night. Sends him selfies, complains about her. Miss K, sorry, you're gonna have to say this message again. I feel like I'm missing something. Queen, how do you ask the universe to give me unlimited amounts of money? Please tell me. Okay, so it's not that you want unlimited amounts of money, and that's not a good instruction. Unlimited amounts of money is all around you, okay? But it's all around you in the shape of money energy. That's what they talk about in terms of money energy. What is this? Did I click on something? What is this? I'm having so much technical issues now. Is there somebody on this live? I feel like I might have clicked somebody. Can you please hang up if you got on the live? Ashira, I don't know how to hang up. Oh my God.
Me neither.
I don't know, like what happened?
You invited me
Oh,
to
okay.
go live
I
with
have to
you.
disconnect. I'm so sorry. Okay. I don't know. See what I'm doing when I'm scrolling through your comments? Okay, so we're talking about unlimited amounts of money. They're all around you in form of money energy. This is why you hear money is energy. So it's very confusing to the universe for you to say you want unlimited amounts of money. What you want is the experience that money can buy you. What are those experiences? You have to stay very focused, very clear on what those experiences are. And I have a video on how to ask for money. I have many, but I'm actually organized in playlists. So one of my playlists is Manifest Money, right? So listen to that one. But what I'm saying is you think everybody wants the same thing when they're saying money. They really don't. Because when people send me their life in images, it's completely different for every person. And money for somebody might mean I'm going to get 10 Lamborghinis. For somebody might mean I'm just going to travel the world looking like a normal person. I don't want anyone to know that I have money, right? I just want the freedom of just traveling and doing whatever I want. For another person might be, you know what, I'm going to get 10 girlfriends, because now I can afford it or what have you. But what I'm trying to say without judgment here is it has a different meaning. Some people just want to start a charity. Some people want to just be surrounded, work with animals and help animals all day, right? So your state of mind has to be not on unlimited amounts of money. It has to be in, I am worthy and able to bring to me the lifestyle that I desire. Money just follows that. Okay. So this is what's called you jump and the net will appear. You jump and the net will appear. It will appear. It has no choice but to appear. But this is how you need to think about it. Okay. Again, Ashira, I'm sorry about that. I'm not really sure what I'm clicking here. What about the Neville Goddard method to see the horse? I've done the method on the live one time with the ladder. I haven't had much success. I climbed the ladder that time. That was very easy for me to manifest for some reason. I thought I heard noises in my attic and, I just went and got my ladder and, I went to investigate. But the point is, the Neville Goddard sometimes is too simple for people. It's too literal and it's too simple. And because our brain have been trained into thinking that life is very complex and there's very few people that can relax into the simplicity that manifestation can be. This is why a lot of people are not successful with Neville, right? He's too simple. He's too religious based. I love Neville, right? I've had literal manifestations with Neville. But sometimes it's not the literal manifestation you want. I told this story, I told it on a few lives, when with Neville's method he said how he met his wife. He said, all I did is imagine my wedding ring on my finger, because I knew if I have a wedding ring on my finger, I found a woman exactly the way I wanted and I married her. So I'm like, that's great. I'm going to imagine that. And I imagined that. And the next day I found a three side-studded diamond Tiffany wedding band on the ground, right? So it doesn't work for everybody, right? Because the meaning is important behind the literal manifestation. That's what I found as the problem with Neville, right? Very, very literal manifestation. The same with the ladder. I manifested it, but very literal. Can you repeat the offer on calls him at work? Okay, hang on a second. What are we doing here? My husband's coworker sends him selfies at night, complains to him about her boyfriend. Okay, Queen, this is not really the right live for it because we're not talking about relationships that way. But, I'm going to advise you that is completely unacceptable. It is completely unacceptable for your spouse to give his time and attention to other women. Okay, other than in the course of his work. Remember, Queen, you decide what's acceptable and what's unacceptable for your life. For me, that's completely unacceptable. Just ridiculous. Hello, I'm late to the party. Hi, Adina. Okay. Thinking from the end, I manifested career growth and better friendship, but struggle with keeping my SP thoughts. Did you watch my video of this exact problem that another queen outlined? She said, I can manifest anything except my SP. So just go through my last 5-6 videos. if you sort of want to look at a more focused approach to this. But keeping your SP has to do with your career growth, and better friendships don't really have to do with your sense of self-worth. But having somebody love you that way and want you that way has a lot to do with your sense of self-worth. So for example, why am I saying that? Because with work, everybody knows, oh, all it takes is for your supervisor to like you, for you to be promoted, or you got to be at the right place at the right time, or whatever else paradigms we have in our minds we don't even know we have in our minds. Get it? And so career growth can easily manifest based on one factor. You know, I'm intelligent enough, I'm in the right place at the right time, so my career can skyrocket. I believe that is possible. But believing somebody persistently and consistently loves and adores me and treats me like a princess, you need to hold that vibration very high to have this on a day-to-day basis, right? You're saying keeping your SP. I want you guys to remember one thing. Because I've done a video on anxiety and overthinking, and I want you guys to remove, especially in the process of this work, remove your focus from the world, okay? Thoughts and new paradigms that are negative come to you from the negative collective consciousness. Nobody can argue with me here. The current collective consciousness is incredibly negative. And so if you expose your mind to these images, it takes no effort to fall, but it takes effort and energy to rise. And this is applicable for your body, right? Like if you fall down, gravity pulls you down pretty fast. It just doesn't require energy for you to fall down, but bringing yourself up requires conscious energy. And it's the same energetically. It takes so little to fall down energetically from the vibration you've raised yourself to have. You do this work and you work so hard to raise your vibration, and it's so easy to fall. You got to remove as much as possible, as much as you can, every opportunity that the world has to bring you back down. And in my video that I did last night, I told you, don't watch other people's sick imagination in crime shows and scary movies. Do not listen to the news. Do not listen to the economy as a prediction for your future. Do not watch sappy dramas, love stories where they don't end up together. None of that. None of that. Okay. Because all of this, when you watch a good movie, when you read a good book, we all know you kind of forget about your existence, right? Like you kind of get lost in the story. When you get lost in a story, that's when a paradigm imprints in your mind. You guys know this, right? This is why we meditate. We meditate on purpose to let go, to imprint the good things in our mind. But the bad things get imprinted, either the bad or the good things. They get imprinted in your mind when you get lost in that story. So how important is it for you to watch positive stories and positive things? Look at your life in images and the visions that you outline in the 60-day challenge in my bio or your vision board, and stick your mind there and let go of their awareness. Now, if something negative is happening, bring your awareness back to you. Awareness, like just see yourself as separate from it immediately, right? Sometimes we have no choice but to observe a negative image, like you passing by, I don't know, park and two people are having a fight. Please distance yourself from that and do not get lost in that. Do not bring feeling inside of you, okay? Just be like, wow, you know, like just bring positive energy on these people. This has nothing to do with me. This image has nothing to do with me. Very conscious giving back of that which you don't want. Can you show us your necklace? It's from, I don't know, I want to say it's from Pandora, but I might not remember this correctly. I've also learned that you can enjoy these things as long as you do not absorb it. Yes, so this is exactly what I said. You probably put this comment before I said it, but this is very difficult for people to do consciously. So it's easier not to watch it. If you do not absorb it, remember we have two modes, right? The mode in which we create and the mode in which we absorb. Those are the only two modes of your energetic self. So when you're focused and consciously projecting, okay, whether your energy is scattered and random or whether it's focused, you're still consciously creating. You're consciously or unconsciously creating. And then there's absorption, when your energy won't have the power to constantly create, right? You're not actually God. So when you're absorbing, it's very important that you watch who's around you and how does that make you feel. How does it make you feel when you're absorbing? When you're absorbing, you should be absorbing positivity. If you're not absorbing positivity, you should absorb neutrality. It shouldn't be anything that generates a feeling inside of you. In this work, I told you guys, you might need to cut a lot of people from your life. Your life will need to change. Existing structures will crumble. Is it true that overthinking about your manifestation is blocking them? Definitely. We talk about this many times. You have to let go. So in the work that I outlined in the 60-day challenge, I told you guys, do not populate more than 1 row per day. Okay? And do not go back and reread what you put in the rows. So if in 1 row I put, I'm 126.6 pounds. So that's the weight I wanted to be, and I manifested it over a year, consistently over a year. The next day I wouldn't go and obsessively say the same thing. I would say the next day I would go in and I would say, I see the definition in my abs, and I see, I sort of still talk along the lines of the same idea, but in a different way. So never go obsessively and repeat your manifestation. The only thing you repeat, especially my 60-day challenge, is the premises that I outlined for you. Do you live stream every day? No, I live stream. I do my lives Mondays at 12 p.m. and then Tuesday and Thursdays at 7 p.m. They're all Eastern Standard Time. What is a manifestation routine? What you need to remember with manifestation is that you manifest all the time. The routine has to do with focusing your energy. Don't think it as your manifestation routine, because if you think of your manifestation routine, if you miss your routine 1 day or 2 days or whatever, you're going to think negative thoughts about how you ruined your manifestation, or your manifestation, or you'll have guilt. You'll have negative feelings associated with, oh, okay, so I didn't get this because Monday and Tuesday I didn't do my routine. You manifest all the time. The routine is a practice of focusing your energy. Okay, manifest. You're doing the 60-day challenge, right? I know you are. Let's see. My kid just fell on her head on the cement floor as I was asking you how to get a lot of money. Oh, I'm so sorry, Queen. I'm so sorry. Do not associate that with... Here's what I tell people who, sometimes people message me and tell me, is it normal for things to get worse before they get better? And of course, everybody tells you this is exactly what's going to happen. You will be tested in your area of your biggest weakness. Okay? And I don't want to make this association with the kid, because I don't want you to associate asking for money or money blocks with your kid. Because now you see what happens. You're thinking, you have guilt and shame about thinking of money. The meaning you're ascribing to this is that there is no relation. You asking for money and your kid falling down. It's just like zero association. If you've made one association in your mind right now, your brain no longer wants to manifest money. I want you guys to be very clear on this, on the associations that you make, because you can accept or you can reject those associations. That's the choice we have, as it's called our free will, right? So we talked about overthinking. We talked about manifestation routines. We talked about what you're absorbing. Okay, I want to go next. I did a video on love and hate. You know, people ask me all the time, like the opposites, and thinking in terms of the opposites and how to remove a block. What's the opposite of it? So love and hate are not opposite. Love and hate are opposite with indifference. Love and hate are very strong manifestors. The reason everything that manifests is either from love and hate, derivatives of that, you know, like what we love, what we like, what we enjoy. Those are derivatives of love. Derivatives of hate are what we don't like, what makes us feel bad, those are derivative of hate. I hate this, right? They both manifest. If you want to remove something, you can only remove it with indifference. When you focus on what you want, what you don't want falls away. That's the opposite when you don't want something in your life. Now, a lot of people ask me, how come I manifest more of the things I don't want than the things I want? And this is because hate has no blocks. Love is blocked by fear. Things that we like are blocked by fear, right? Fear, I might not be good enough for him. Am I manifesting him? I love him, but I might not be good enough for him. Fear about, maybe he meets somebody better. Fear that money is not an unlimited supply. And what if I don't get it? What if I work myself up and I don't get it? What if there's so many layers to fear? And I want you to sort of allow and analyze, let these fears pass through and see them for what they are. Just be like, oh yeah, that's a fear. Oh yeah, that's a fear. There's just a fear. This is just a block along my path of manifesting what I love. Okay, I'm just going to remove it now because it's just a fear. But let them, don't repress them. Let them, because you have to understand yourself, right? I can't do this very generally for people because everybody has different blocks. Everybody has different fears. Is negative and jealous considered to be low frequency? Of course. So never be jealous of anybody. When you're jealous of somebody, you're not creating, you're competing. You're also saying the supply is limited. If you saw somebody, and this is what we do in my group, that's why I want all this weekly manifestation to be public on the Facebook group, and just to be, you have to be as happy for the person who manifested it as if it happened to you. Okay? Very, very honestly happy for them. We're manifesting in a group right now. You're drawing group energy. You must give back to the group energy via your feelings towards the group. Be happy as you would for yourself. Don't be jealous of anybody. They're not sitting on your spot. They can't be. And if they're sitting on the spot you want to be in, a better spot will be created for you. You're never competing. You're only creating. I never competed in my 3D business, even though it's a very competitive business. I never competed. I never looked at my competitors. I never analyzed their trends. I never analyzed what they do. They just don't exist. I'm creating opportunities come to me. I'm creating my own opportunities, and more opportunities will be created as more people enter the business. You know what I mean? It's got nothing to do. Never be jealous. Never, never. It's very, very destructive. Energy. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. If you're joining the Facebook group, you have to go to the link in my bio and subscribe. I put it like a symbolic cost to it because I don't believe in anything for free. You got to give value for value, but I put it like the price of a coffee. Do not send me a friend request on Facebook, please, because I just have too much of my personal stuff on Facebook. And I won't accept. Just request the group and I will approve you if you've subscribed. Is there only one Facebook group? Yes. Do you believe that someone can put a curse on you? This is a loaded question. I want you guys to pay attention to the answer. I'm trying to think of how to word it, okay? You must understand how the universe works in order to internalize this answer. There's the creator. There's us. We have the same power as the creator, the power to create, but to different degrees, okay? The creator can create the whole world. We can create our own reality, okay? It's very different. In the middle, there's technology, what you can think of programmable intelligence, what we call the field, the universe, the formless substance. And whatever you imprint in that substance comes in your reality. Now, this is why they say that reality is a video game or a simulation. We always tend to associate reality to the way our latest technology works. Of course, it's more complicated than that. But what you need to understand is that this formless substance is indeed neutral. It doesn't care if you're good or bad. It's very neutral. What it cares about is returning to you exactly what you instruct. Now, are there people who have very focused and direct consciousness, and they're able to channel their consciousness and imprint something into the formless substance? Definitely. There's definitely people who can do that. Okay? What you must, I don't teach any of that, but you guys know what's going on in the world. You guys know there's people who do rituals for good, rituals for bad. And the reason these things come to pass is because consciousness is able to imprint into this formless substance anything with directed focus and by knowing the codes. Okay, one of the codes I talk about is gratitude. By knowing the codes on how to imprint into the formless substance, they can bring, in that context, in that sense, if you're asking, can somebody put a curse on you? Somebody can manipulate reality to their liking. Okay? What you gotta understand is that at any point, your free will can counteract that. So you cannot stop them from doing anything they want, or from those effects perhaps spilling in your reality. But you have full control. If you're suspecting this, you have full control to turn this thing around. Okay, again, the formless substance is, fortunately or unfortunately, neutral. It's neutral. That's not the same thing as God. It's not the same thing as our Creator. Okay? One code is to go around and to ask God. That's a very lengthy subject, and it has a lot to do with the paradigm that you grew up in as a child, your religious background, right? Were you taught to believe in a benevolent God, in a God who's more like a father who loves you no matter what you break, no matter your mistakes? Or were you taught to believe that it's a God that turns his face away from you because you've sinned? He might not answer you because you've sinned. Those are ridiculously strong paradigms in our mind when you ask God. So if you believe that God is a vengeful God, is a God that punishes, if you feel yourself in low worth, low self-esteem, do not try to bypass the formless substance and go to God, right? Because immediately you're gonna manifest the negative. Does this make sense for you guys, what I'm saying right now? This is like deep, very profound stuff. You can bypass the formless substance and ask God if you feel worthy of God, or if you feel God would be, he loves you so much that he really doesn't care what you've done, that you always have the option to return back. This is why a lot of people who go back to religion, born again Christians, and I don't know, maybe this happens in other religions, they actually have deep transformations in their lives, right? Because once and for all, they're able to, in a moment, drop the shame, drop the guilt, and ask God, and it just like comes back to them immediately imprinted in the formless substance from the other way. And the effects are very dramatic. Let's see. It makes sense. It makes sense. Okay. I'm glad this makes sense to you. Now, if you're not religious, you don't believe in the concept of God, God doesn't care. Okay. It's just say, like, he doesn't care if you believe that he exists or he doesn't exist. Just use the formless substance. Just see yourself as free. Of course, it might be more difficult because it's more difficult to sustain, but it definitely can be done. You can do the same things at a smaller scale just for your life. The same things, the same creative things. This is just like all kids have the ability to walk, right? Unless, knock on wood, there's something wrong with them. But all kids, you don't really need to teach them how to walk, because at some point they will walk, whether they're left alone to fend for themselves or not. At some point, the human body is able to walk. It's the same idea, right? You just need to be focused. It's not like God can take away your power because you didn't believe in him, or you rejected him. You didn't, it's not, the rule is different. The rule is like, you just have this creative power and you're gonna have it forever. You can just choose what you do with it. Okay, let's see. I don't even believe they're good or bad people. It makes sense. I just want to make sure there's no other questions around this. This is like a very deep concept. Okay, now I've also done a video on a lot of people in this group, a lot of women want to get married. I've done a video on, you have to watch it. I think it's called How to Manifest Getting Married. Please watch it. Declare and put a realistic time frame around the date that you want to be married. Because I've been to like 2 weddings this weekend. And I was inspired to this video, especially when a queen asked how to get married ASAP. ASAP. You cannot get married ASAP. ASAP is immense time pressure on yourself. Right? Go back and watch the video if you want to get married. Always give back what we don't want. Sorry, I'm just checking the notes that I wanted to talk to you about. Always give back what you don't want. Okay. I get some emails, people telling me, oh, I got this. Do you think it's like the result of my manifestation? So in the 60-day challenge, we have a tab in which you associate what happens in your 3D with your previous thoughts. So I have a queen, only one person sent me this, okay? And she has, every day she recorded something that happened to her, happened to her family members, happened to her children. And it's crazy. It's not crazy. It's normal. We're normalizing this. It's clearly associated to the elements that she put in her rows of manifestation. So it would be like, day 15, I got a free lunch. Day 16, my son got Xbox that he always wanted. Like, it's all sorts of things. Day 20, he called. Like her SP. And so, guys, when I created this thing, I told you I was inspired, and I was at a Joe Dispenza seminar, and I was told this is what happened. I was having this transcendental experience, okay, in which I realized that it was such a gift and blessing to be there in this room with 1,800 people doing this work and drawing this energy of the group. And then I thought, the unfairness of this is that conference was $3,000. Hotel was like $2,000. The flight was $1,000. Not everybody can shed $7,000 to go to something like this and be part of this experience. And it occurred to me, like I was told, I must do something. I must bring some of this information to light. I must bring what I learned, what I internalized, what I felt energetically to make it such, and I must give back in such a degree that everybody who wants to be on this work, who's looking, who's searching for these answers, can, like, if I can contribute to refocus 10 people, it would be worth it. Right? So this is what I created. I know exactly what I put in those tabs. I know you need to do it exactly as instructed. You need to rewire your brain, like the whole Joe Dispenza thing is. You need to rewire your brain to associate. You need to do this work every day. Do it for 60 days. A lot of people actually, like, they finish this work. They're like, I'm not stopping at 60 days. I just created like 60 more rows. That's great. That's excellent. It's a lifestyle. Once you see results, but it's important, commit to your 60 days, commit to yourself, associate your dreams, associate your syncs, associate what happens, participate in the weekly challenges. Okay. This week's challenge is a green stone. Don't forget. Okay. Dina hasn't stopped at 60. Don't stop. It's a lifestyle. You must associate what you think with what happens. I vow to pay it forward, always pay it forward. Always give more than what you take from people. Like, you see, when I sell you this guide for $20, I feel what I'm giving to you when showing up, like, regularly, answering all of my emails and investing a huge amount of time. That's not payable back with $20, right? I'm giving back more than what I'm taking. And the more of a discrepancy that is, the more I'm getting back from other sources. It's usually never from the same sources you give it to, but that's okay, right? The universe finds new sources to give you. That's really the trick of life. You have to give more value than the value you're taking from somebody in general, in your interaction with people. How do we sign up to take the course? The 60-day challenge is in my bio. This week we manifest the green stone, yes. And it's important, it must be a real one in your 3D, and it's important. We'll see the size, the shape, if you can pick it up, if you can take it home, if you can put it in your pocket, if you can put it in your wallet. The green stone is the stone of prosperity, of financial abundance. So we'll see how it manifests for you this week. Okay, just put in your mind, listen to me, manifest the green stone, and now just forget about it. Now it can't be in a piece of jewelry that you already have, okay? It can't be something you already have at home. I manifest my ex to message while I was away for a week. He did, but reply slow. How can I progress it? You progress it by doing the work about you and not about him. You see, I want to use this example. Somebody asked if somebody can put a curse on you, okay, just like 10 minutes ago. She manifested her ex to message her. This is like sort of the same idea, right? The idea is you imprint into the formless substance your wish for another. Can it be done? Don't ask me if it can be done. It can obviously be done. It can obviously be done, but you cannot sustain the result of such a work on another unless you've changed your concept of yourself. Do the challenge in my bio, participate in all these lives, participate in the work of change that we're doing here. I won't accept it anyway. I need the real thing. I will never stop. Your channel and video were the catalyst. I needed the final push. I'm so happy to hear that. My God, when I get like, thank you, something clicked for me. I get like random messages, DMs on Insta. And guys, if you want to talk to me, email me, because like Insta's hard for me. Like I don't like to be on my phone typing. I just set an hour. I'm so organized. I'm as organized in my life as I am in my thought. I sit down at the computer and I do everything at the same time. Like I take 1 hour to answer emails, right? And so, you know, when somebody messaged me out of the blue, you know, a voicemail, I got a voicemail from somebody in Europe on my DM, and it said, you know, I just listened to a video and something clicked to me yesterday and I was able to bring forth what I wanted today. And I want to tell you, like, I'm so indebted to you. And she actually sent me like a Starbucks coffee for it. But, you know, to get that message in the middle of the night from somebody from Europe, like, I'm just, my gosh, it's validating what I heard when I was at the Joe Dispenza seminar. You must do this, you know? Thank you so much. How do I go about manifesting becoming luxury travel influencers with a weak passport? Let me think about that one. Because there's obviously a blockage there about what you've done in the past, or the weak passport is often associated with a sense of self-worth, right? Weak passport means I'm not from a country that's where people are regarded highly. Therefore, I don't stand a chance, the same as a, I don't know, US British citizen would. I don't have the same value. I don't have the same worth. I have a weak passport. Do you guys see how a simple paradigm like that you didn't even know you have? I have a weak passport. That's your sense of self-worth right there. This is very deep. You're like, why can't I manifest this and that? Well, at the core, you believe you have a weak passport. You're not really worth as much. It's horrible to come to this realization of how you think of yourself. How to stop my divorce and get rid of this other person. You can only be loved. You can only be loved and adored. You can only be loved. Do you understand that? He can only be loved. He can only love you because you can only be loved. Go home and know all of this, or if you're home, just go lie down, close your eyes now, and know that this situation is resolved. What situation? Nobody exists except you in his mind and his heart, because you can only be loved. Don't accept anything else. You can only be loved and adored correctly. Correct. This is the work that we're doing here. This is the work that we're doing to reprogram ourselves. I'm feeling stuck. All the inspiration is gone. And now when we're feeling stuck, when you're falling low, I just talked about this one, like maybe half an hour ago. It takes so little energy to fall. It takes no energy to fall, actually. In consciousness or physically, right? Collective consciousness is a deep pull, and it's negative now, and it's rattled, and it's useless. But it takes so little for you to fall. And it will take you conscious energy and daily effort to rise back up. You cannot manifest while you're rising back up, okay? Don't try it, I mean. Don't try it, because you're only gonna manifest from a dominant state of low. When you're low, you gotta do everything to rise back up. What do you do? It depends on you. For me, it's like if I feel that something's affecting me, I need to be in nature. Like I just need to be alone in nature. I need to be amongst the trees. I need to go by a river. I need to do some rituals, like just put my hands in the river, wash it off from my face. When you wake up every morning, make sure you wash your face with water. I know like this is crazy, but not everybody does that, right? You wash away the thoughts, the dreams, everything you have. Wash. The water is magical. I have a new moon ritual. New moon is coming up, and I know, let me see, it's coming up. Where's my moon app? Oh, it's not that soon. It's maybe like in a week or so. Do the full moon ritual in the shower. I have a video on it. Go through my stuff and do everything that's possible to bring yourself up without manifesting or having specific wishes. Do not manifest. Work just on your sense of self-worth. Some people they feel better eating ice cream. Eat that ice cream. Don't think about the calories. Don't think you must bring yourself back up when you're down before you start again. Full moon was a week ago. Yeah, I don't really do the full moon. I do the new moon. The new moon is like, what things am I projecting in the future with the moon increasing? Full moon is sort of a time to sit and realize what you've manifested, where you're at, and sort of have that sense of completion. But the new moon is a new start every time. I want you guys to do the shower ritual that I have in my profile pretty much for every new moon. I only cut my hair on a new moon. Yes, I heard of this practice as well. Apartment for my son. I like that. Okay, guys, I gotta run. So the lottery stories, I only had 2 this week. I know there's more than this. Okay, I won $40. I always win. I'm always a winner. Not the big one yet. That's the key word, yet. Okay, but it's coming. We are always winners. Okay, at the end of every live, I tap 3 times, 6 times, 9 times. I am the winner. Afterwards, you got to put your phone away and let this words internalize. You must speak it out loud with me. Send it back to everybody else in this group. Send it back. Okay, when you say I am the winner, see everybody standing in the circle and saying the same thing. Put your hands together if you don't want to participate. This is the end of the live, so you can drop the live. Thank you for joining. If you want to participate, put your hands together and tap with me. I am a winner. 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 I am a winner.